Love those barrettes in her hair, man. I tell you what. And look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with her, like a little lady in a race car.
And confidence. I've got a lot of thanks to give out here.
And I want to see these beautiful young ladies. I want to see them dancing when they're 4 years older, too. And I went with Jess alone. I'll bet you're as bright as you're good looking, I tell you. I like kids better than people. We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
And we have.
Now, the very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys who are 30.
Okay. No what?
No serious guys till you're 30.
I'll keep that in mind.
Does that?
A potential serial killer off the streets in California.
He was on a mission to kill. He was out hunting.
Tonight, how the cops caught him. Kamikaze drones dive bombing the Ukrainian capital. Now calls for more sanctions against Russia and Iran for reportedly providing the drones. As candidates hit the debate stage across the country tonight, new polling on key voting blocks and which side they're swinging to in the final weeks. Alec Murdaugh charged with the murder of his wife and son in South Carolina. But are there other suspects? His lawyers say yes. A Missouri elementary school found to be radioactive. Uber Eats starting up hot delivery business. And Emmanuel the emu fighting for his life.
Live from
the food delivery service, stick with me here, man, is set to begin delivering pot for the first time ever today. The service will start exclusively north of the border in Toronto. Uber partnering with the cannabis marketplace Leafly. Customers can order weed through the Uber Eats app. You don't, of course, eat it. But they have to prove they're sober. I don't know how they do that, but they do it. And you got to prove you're 19 years old when the driver shows up. There you go. He takes the stand in his own defense over sexual misconduct allegations. What he told jurors that he says he's never talked about before. A new twist in the Murdaugh family double murders. A polygraph sparking a new accusation from Alec Murdaugh who's really to blame. But first, 22 days and counting until the midterm elections, and a new poll is making waves. It suggests that Republicans have regained the momentum in their bid to take control of Congress. According to the latest New York Times Siena poll, 49% of likely voters say they'll vote Republican. 45% say they'll vote Democrat. Now, that's inmates now reported dead. The inferno broke out Saturday night. The sound of gunshots, explosions, screaming can be heard on videos that are circulating online. It's the same prison where the Iranian regime has been sending hundreds of protesters as massive anti-government demonstrations continue to sweep the country for a fifth straight week. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says all wrongfully detained Americans are, quote, unharmed and are accounted for.
It loads in a jiffy and you're ready to shoot.
Fading for years, this relic of a bygone era is forging an unlikely comeback. Driven largely by millennials and Gen Z on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, all of a sudden, old cameras are back with a rallying cry and a hashtag. Film is not dead.
But there's only one true way to do this story justice. We are going to shoot the entire thing on film.
Here at NBC News, it's been more than 44 years since we measured our footage in actual feet.
This is NBC Nightly News.
But now, in our hyper-connected world, many like Jason Cumberfeld, who runs the YouTube channel Grainy Days, are longing for an analog past.
It's probably one of the best moments you can have as a human being.
We headed out to shoot a few rolls on the streets of LA.
You see the image right there before you, beautiful lighting, beautiful angle. The rest is just kind of up to Kodak Gold.
When you hear that click, what does that click sound like to you?
It sounds like old mechanical perfection.
At Total Cameras in Long Beach, owner Eric Vichwar says film sales have recently tripled, with demand for vintage cameras skyrocketing during the pandemic.
How fast are you selling these?
You know, these things are not staying on the shelf. The price right now is at $299, but I would say 3 years ago we were selling them at $160.
For some, it's the element of surprise.
I forget about the role and then I go get it developed. And then I'm like, oh wait, that was fun. I totally forgot that even happened.
For others, it's a chance to slow down.
It is always magical. It never stops being exciting.
At the School of Light, Andrew Hall teaches the art of the darkroom to students of all generations.
I think what's drawing people back to film is they're finding that they really get a lot of satisfaction in taking that journey.
Byron Lewis is just 6 years old, but can already describe it perfectly.
Looks like magic.
It looks like magic?
And today, so many rediscovering that magic of stopping time with a little mechanical box. For the news,